Hello, everybody. Welcome to my review of The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 12, Guardians. Loved this episode. Thought it was extremely well done. Beta's introduction was spot on. I love how he's casually thrown in there, sneaking up behind Henry like that. Like boy, please. But obviously, it was extremely idiotic of Henry to leave on his own, following them, because, obviously he has no idea where this group is. He doesn't know the exact amount of them. He doesn't know what they're all like. He doesn't know anything. He has no reconnaissance whatsoever done on these people. And he just thinks he's going to go there and, save the day? Just him? It's idiotic. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that last week. Oh, yeah, last week, but if not, I'm saying it again, because things could have ended a lot worse for him than they actually did. But before I get into what happened, I'll just go through it. So we have that. He's captured. Alpha and Lydia are talking about what Lydia saw at the hilltop, what they have. She gave Alpha the rundown of what information she got. Alpha's really like, that's it. And they're on their way back to their camp. A Whisperer sees Henry. Henry takes him out, and then Beta takes Henry out, basically. So they continue on with him captive and move on from there. We also have some stuff at Alexandria for the first time in what seems like forever. We see basically a council meeting talking about if we should have the fair, if they should have the if they should participate in the fair, with this new threat. Obviously, Michonne wants nothing to do with it. Aaron is sort of on her side at this point. Others are not. Gabriel wants to have the fair, and he thinks that Michonne is abusing power. That basically whatever they do, if she doesn't like it, she can just veto it. Yeah, you have to have a system of checks and balances, but in this situation, if everybody wants it, and they did develop a charter based on give the people what they want type mentality, you gotta, give the people what they want. Or at least consider it, not just shoot it down blindly, just because you don't like it. So Gabriel's upset about that, obviously. Rosita obviously told him about the baby that's not his, and he's debating whether or not he should stay with her or not. And Eugene has this whole algorithm written up, the pros and cons of staying with Rosita or not staying with Rosita, saying that basically you stay with her, it'll be tough in the beginning, but better long term. Yeah, he has a whole freaking scoring rubric on this stuff. Like they need to give this guy something to do, because he just has way too much time on his hands. But yeah, so in the end, he does end up, I believe, he does end up staying with her. And I'm guessing they're gonna work something out with Sadiq, her, Gabriel, and the baby, because they're, Gabriel's a nice guy, Sadiq's a cool guy. I don't think they're gonna have a tremendously hard time working stuff out, but it is gonna be kind of challenging. So that happened. Michonne went to see Negan. Basically, you don't change. Negan basically said that he knows that the council is going through issues, and Michonne figures out that Judith, and she wants the windows to the cell sealed. And when she confronts Judith, Judith basically says he's not a monster, he's not a bad person. But again, Judith doesn't know all the stuff that Negan did. Yes, he does appear that he has changed. But how can you, as Michonne, be so sure of that? And Judith and her, they have back and forth. And then Judith really gets her. Michonne said, "People don't change." Judith said, "You did." And she did. Michonne did change a lot, and I think that's part of why she makes the decision at the end of the episode to send a delegation to the fair. So yes, the fair is going to happen, and Alexandria is going to be a part of it. We'll see what happens going forward, but it definitely appears that next week we will see at least the beginning of this fair, as well as what happens at the fair eventually. We should see the actual fair in the next few episodes, depending on how they want to play it. But that was well done. So was, okay, so the Negan, Michonne stuff, Michonne, Judith, Council, Michonne telling Aaron firsthand that she's not going to veto a vote if they want to vote for a delegation to go to the fair. And yeah, so that's it at Alexandria. Excuse me, sorry. So Henry's at the Whisper Camp. Actually, before we get back to that, we have Daryl and Connie are tracking Henry with dog. And there's a funny moment where Daryl says something. He says it slow, but he's not looking at her, so she can't read his lips. And she just basically makes the motion, "Look at me. I can't see you. I can't read your lips unless you're looking at me." Basically, so that was funny. Um, they track him. They come up with the conclusion that for initially he caught up with them, and then that they caught up with him. So they find two walkers. They kill him. Apparently, Daryl is teaching his teaching dog to retrieve the crossbow bolts. He does go and get it, but as he's giving it to Daryl, it breaks. He's like bad dog. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I think that's where they get the idea from at the end of the episode. But before that, at the Whisper Camp, Lydia does punch Henry, basically, why are you being stupid? And Beta removes Alpha's mask. Actually, no, scratch that. Before that, two people, Alpha knew they were plotting. Two people challenge her. She kills one by basically cutting off her neck with the piano wire or something like that. And essentially, and then stabs the other one, and they get disposed of the bodies. And all this, Henry's watching this, and he's obviously immediately regretting his decision and should have stayed in Hilltop. So that happens. Beta almost breaks Henry's arm until he tells him why he followed them. That's when Lydia punches him. I'm just backtracking a little bit. I'm forgetting some stuff. So Alpha's washing her hands after killing the two people who challenged her. Beta removes her mask, talking about how she's kept them alive. And insisting they need to protect themselves. She says yes, they have him as a prisoner. And then they pose the idea to make Lydia kill Henry, or Beta kills them both. As she's possibly about to do that, she doesn't want to, obviously. Walkers descend on the camp, get some whispers out of the way, and Alpha and Beta flee, and then Daryl takes Henry, who then takes Lydia, and they escape. So they use the Whisperer disguise to their advantage, which I love. So that's basically it for this episode. I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. Thought it was perfect. Walker kill of the week. Only real Walker kill with Daryl and Connie, so I'm giving it to them. Top 5 moments. 5 is Michonne agreeing to the fair. 4 is Michonne's confrontation with Judith. 3 is the whole Rosita situation. 2, the arrival of Beta. And 1, Daryl's plan to rescue Henry and also Lydia, which we will see the aftermath of that next week. So that's it for this episode, and I will see everybody next week, and shortly from that, my predictions. Take it easy, everyone. Deuces.